Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you've ever felt picked on or powerless, then today's story is going to hit close to home. We're diving into a situation that turned a student's world upside down, leading to a teacher losing her job. It's a wild ride, so buckle up. Now, I know the title sounds pretty dramatic. My teacher bullied me, so I got her fired. But sometimes, dramatic situations call for dramatic responses. This isn't just about a student getting revenge. It's a story about finding your voice, standing up for yourself, and the unexpected power of integrity. Have you ever had an experience where an authority figure just wouldn't listen? Let me know in the comments below. Our story starts with a student, let's call her Sarah, who was generally quiet and focused in class. She wasn't causing trouble, just trying to learn. But for some reason, one particular teacher, Mrs. Davis, seemed to have it out for her. It began subtly, microaggressions, sarcastic comments aimed directly at Sarah, and a general dismissive tone whenever Sarah spoke up. It's that feeling where you know something's wrong, but it's hard to put your finger on it. Sarah initially tried to ignore it, thinking maybe it was just her imagination or that Mrs. Davis was having a bad day. We've all been there, right? Trying to rationalize someone else's unfair behavior. But it didn't stop. It escalated. Mrs. Davis would call on Sarah for answers she clearly hadn't taught, then publicly criticize her for not knowing. She'd make comments about Sarah's appearance, her handwriting, even the way she organized her notes. Imagine sitting in class every day, dreading being singled out, feeling a knot in your stomach because you don't know what's coming next. That's what Sarah was living through. This wasn't just a tough teacher. This was targeted behavior designed to make Sarah feel small and inadequate. Sarah's grades started slipping, not because she couldn't do the work, but because the constant stress and humiliation made it impossible to focus. She started losing sleep, feeling anxious all the time, and even faked sickness to avoid going to Mrs. Davis's class. When school, which should be a safe space, becomes a source of dread, something is seriously wrong. Sarah finally tried talking to her parents, but it was hard to explain. How do you quantify a series of eye rolls, snide remarks, and dismissive gestures? Her parents, understandably, wanted specifics. So, Sarah, with a heavy heart, decided to start documenting everything. Every comment, every incident, the date, the time, and how it made her feel. This was a crucial step, and honestly, if you're ever in a similar situation, this is one of the most powerful things you can do. With a detailed log in hand, Sarah and her parents approached the school administration. They met with the principal and explained the situation. Now, here's where things could have gone either way. Sometimes, schools are hesitant to act, especially if a teacher has been there for a long time. But Sarah's meticulous documentation made a strong case. The principal promised to look into it. The investigation began. Other students were quietly interviewed, and it turned out Sarah wasn't the only one who had noticed Mrs. Davis's behavior. Some students had experienced similar treatment, while others had observed how Mrs. Davis treated Sarah. This collective voice, amplified by Sarah's courage, started to paint a clearer picture. It showed that this wasn't an isolated incident or a misunderstanding. It was a pattern of unprofessional and harmful conduct. During this time, the tension was incredibly high. Mrs. Davis knew she was being investigated, and her behavior, surprisingly, didn't immediately improve. If anything, she became more guarded, which, in a way, further solidified the students' claims. The administration had to handle this delicately, ensuring due process for Mrs. Davis while protecting the students. Eventually, the school concluded its investigation. The findings corroborated Sarah's claims and the accounts of other students. The evidence was overwhelming. It showed a clear pattern of bullying and unprofessional conduct that violated the school's policies on student welfare and teacher conduct. This wasn't just about a teacher being strict. It was about creating a hostile learning environment for a student. And then came the big news. Mrs. Davis was terminated from her position. It wasn't a decision taken lightly by the school, but one that was deemed necessary to uphold their standards and ensure a safe and positive learning environment for all students. When Sarah heard the news, it wasn't about victory or revenge. It was a profound sense of relief. The constant weight on her shoulders was finally lifted. This story serves as such a powerful reminder that speaking up, even when it feels terrifying, can make a huge difference. Sarah didn't seek to get her teacher fired. She sought to stop the bullying and reclaim her learning environment. And in doing so, she ended up protecting other students who might have faced similar treatment. It's about setting boundaries and demanding respect, which are incredibly valuable life lessons. So, what can we take away from Sarah's experience? First, trust your gut. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Second, document everything. Facts and details are your best friends when you need to make a case. Third, don't be afraid to seek help from trusted adults. And finally, remember that your voice has power. It might be scary to use it, but sometimes, it's the only way to create positive change. This story highlights the importance of empathy, respect, and maintaining a positive learning environment. No student should ever feel targeted or unsafe at school. If you or someone you know is experiencing bullying, please reach out to a trusted adult, a school counselor, or an organization that helps with bullying. You are not alone, and your well-being matters. Thank you so much for watching and sharing your time with me today. Your support means the world. If you found this story impactful, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. We love hearing from you, so leave your thoughts in the comments below. Stay safe, stay strong, and I'll catch you in the next one.